Welcome everybody to baseball. I mean, what? No, we're not talking about baseball. And sorry, Ronaldo, I don't care about basketball either.
Knicks won.
And what?
Knicks won.
No one cares. No one cares. No, everyone came here to talk about football, to listen about football.
Bing bong.
That was my dog. Anyway, welcome everybody. Hope you had a great weekend. As always, my boy Arnaldo, how are you doing, man?
Doing great. How you doing?
I'm doing good, man. I'm ready to talk some football, talk a little news, and today we're gonna do a little rookie mock draft. Now, guys, we're actually gonna do a mock draft where we're picking in our dynasty league. Obviously, Arnaldo and I are in many leagues. Actually, just joined up another league from a buddy who's over in Europe right now. But we're going to talk about where we're drafting and all that fun stuff. But first, guys, let's get into some news. Nothing really fantasy related, but Jeff Okuda traded to the Falcons. I think I get it, Had some injuries, but maybe a new spot usually helps. What do you think, man?
It was always good to get a change of scenery, new team, new defensive scheme. But honestly, trades happening around this time are kind of low key until we get to the draft.
Yeah.
Not seeing any big names move yet. Not even Aaron Rodgers.
Oh my God, that guy, dude. So I think New York, they're gonna spend their first round pick this year. They want to use it. Something to help him probably, and then they'll trade away, kind of like what we were talking about.
Yeah.
Right now is not a time. They're not giving away this first round pick. They got somebody in mind they really want to keep. So.
Well, yeah, they need some offensive line help. So for the latest thing I saw, or rumor, whatever, rumblings, said it looked like Green Bay wants a second round pick this year and then a conditional first next year. Or I think just a straight-up first next year.
See, that's a little interesting. That's better than what I guess maybe everyone was assuming they were looking for.
Right, yeah, I know that there's talks were two firsts.
Yeah. Get out of here. You're not getting that for a 40-year-old quarterback. I don't care.
I don't know. I think if they had done it last year, they would have gotten those two firsts.
I think if they would have done it a couple of years ago. I don't know, but it seems like a lot of people are requesting trades. So, as we, last week we found out OBJ is going to be with the Ravens.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see if that helps anything with Lamar. I mean, look, man, I thought he wants to get paid, not just play with somebody. But I could be wrong.
It could be a little bit of both. I mean, I think with that, and it's kind of bad. I don't know, business maneuverings for Lamar if he was still angling for a trade or to get an offer. Yeah. But I think Mans might have just showed his hand, and I think he is going to play next season now. I mean, he might still skip out on, the mini camps and such.
Right.
And then, if a team comes in over the top, post-draft and offers something,
Right.
That could happen too, but then the Ravens could just match it. So I think Lamar might be sticking around at least for one more year in Baltimore. And that'll be interesting. I saw another little rumor tidbit saying that that Lamar was wanting DeAndre Hopkins as well.
See, now that would move the needle for me. OBJ, I guess it moves the needle.
So I mean, OBJ, Rashad Bateman, Mark Andrews already to me seems like a nice little receiving core. I mean, so if you sprinkle in a D-Hop on top of that, be pretty nasty receiving core there.
Yeah, and I mean if J.K. Dobbins can, stay healthy, that's always a good little dump off option. Devin White requested a trade from the Bucks.
Oh.
He's 25 years old, man.
Yeah, he's a stud too. That is.
Let me tell you something. It's not going to happen, but would love my Saints to trade and pick him up.
Oh man, that'd be a pretty good piece. I mean, I'll be honest. I don't think you guys should commit to a rebuild already, but It's not a thing. It's not a player you'd be mad at getting.
No, absolutely not. Now let's talk about little offensive players. Saquon said he's not going to sign the tender before the offseason program. So this is kind of big, man.
I don't think so.
No,
I
you think he's still going to play?
no.
You think nothing?
I think he again, it's one of those, you take a risk, kind of like with anything. He reportedly had a contract offer on the table mid-season that would have been somewhere in like the 4-year, $12 million annually range, and he didn't take it. And I think what you're seeing right now is that the running back market is
It's going down.
pretty rough. Yeah, and I'll be honest, like even I've said, like, I love Saquon. I thought he's been playing great now that he's healthy, but I wouldn't pay him.
No, I agree,
Yeah,
man.
especially now that you had to pay Daniel Jones because the front office took a gamble on that, and now you got to pay him real quarterback money. The running back's a luxury now. Like
Yes, it
top
is.
tier running back, luxury.
Oh no, I completely agree. It'll be I don't know, man. It might be the best thing to do is might just trade him.
I
Say
mean,
sign and trade type of deal.
yeah, and yeah, that could work out for the team. I think maybe just keep him around for the year, see what happens. I don't know, because I think at this point, like you're sending him somewhere. He's not even technically under contract. He's a running back who the team's gonna have to
26 years old.
pay.
I mean,
Yeah, like you're likely get like a fifth round pick or something given the situation. Well, if you look at it, he's not like the team doesn't have his rights for the next couple of years. They barely have him for this year.
yeah.
On top of that, a team who trades for him is gonna have to pay him, and then he's a running back. He's 26 years old. So I think best you're gonna get, say like fourth, fifth rounder. I don't think you're getting a lot.
I'd give a late third.
Yeah, I mean,
I'd give a late third.
it'd be nice. I mean, that's what they got for Kadarius Toney, which it's not a terrible return.
Yeah. Maybe I could see. Now this is again just me being me. I'd give him a fifth and or maybe a sixth in Alvin Kamara. Like, hey, let's trade running backs. You take AK. We'll give you a fifth or a sixth. You give us a sixth or a seventh in return.
I see me. I think it would just be better for the team to spend a third on getting a new running back.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. Chosen Anderson, bro. First of all, you're an idiot, bro. You're an idiot. Anyway, he signed with Miami. Doesn't really matter to me. He's going to be, what, a third, fourth string option? If he makes the team? I mean, I'm just saying, man. That means nothing to me. He's just another one.
No.
Joe McCoy retires. Justin Watson, he's going to Kansas City. So, New England shopping Mac Jones.
Zap attack's coming.
I mean, it could be interesting. It could be interesting. Maybe. I wonder if anyone's had any interest. I haven't heard anything. I don't know if you have.
I haven't. I mean, I don't know. I feel like Mac Jones is your like literal definition of a game manager quarterback.
Yeah. I mean,
I'm not sure who's jumping out of their seat to trade for Mac Jones.
Buccaneers.
I don't know why. I
because you have Baker Mayfield.
Well, so here's my thing. I think right now, if you're like I've been saying, I think the Bucs should do what it looks like they're going to do, which I said your Saints should do. They put everything on the credit card because they had their generational QB. They got their Super Bowl. They kept trying to win Super Bowls. He retires. Cut your losses. Ship off the old pieces that are expensive. Suck for a year or two, and draft a young quarterback and build around him. Keep the young pieces. Continue to build. But don't keep putting things on the credit card and trying to microwave a successful team.
Hmm.
I think that's the best course of action.
So, two more things I definitely want to talk about before we get to our rookie mock draft. Another little bit of Saints news. Nothing crazy, but Hendon Hooker went to visit the Saints. About a week or two ago. This is kind of old news, but just wanted to bring it up again. I wouldn't be mad, but Hendon Hooker's old. He's an older quarterback. What is he?
Is he 24 already? What?
I think so. 25 maybe? I don't know. He's an older guy. I don't know. He's coming off that ACL tear, which it's just I get it. It's probably nothing, but I mean, maybe they are in the market for looking at a quarterback
Yeah, I mean, I know some.
for
He's
after.
what is he listed as? Like one of the top five. I mean,
I mean,
obviously one or two,
before
but
the ACL tear, probably was going to win the Heisman.
yeah, yeah. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I like in this draft when it comes to QBs. I'm not of the train of thought that you're gonna have five QBs in a draft. I think if you're lucky, you have one. Rare that you get like two to three.
Yeah.
So I mean, I don't know. I think right now it's like Bryce Young, C.J. Stroud. Maybe I have my own things against Ohio State. Well, I don't know, not just Ohio State, but quarterbacks who have an insane level of talent to throw to. It
Yes.
because like when you have those level of receivers you have at Ohio State, the window to throw to is,
Alabama.
is huge. Same thing with Alabama. Well, yeah, that window is huge, and then in the NFL, the windows aren't as big.
Yeah, you're not getting those windows. The only one that's decent and unfortunately keeps getting concussed is Tua. But
Ye-
he's another one. I mean, he's getting concussions, so
Yeah.
you know the best ability is availability.
Mm.
But yeah. Let's get to the last thing. Dalvin Cook could be
Oh
cut.
yeah.
Could be cut.
Cut.
What?
That would be
Cut? No,
great.
that is the talks that he could be cut.
I mean, I say that would be crazy to me, but that kind of also goes back to that whole. I don't know. I think it's kind of crazy because I think the pendulum's kind of been swinging to that running back position being devalued more and more.
Absolutely.
But if it gets to the point where you can't even get something for Dalvin Cook, then yeah, that pendulum may have just swung all the way.
Oh, he
It's
might rock the whole.
it's a dog world out there. But yeah, no, I don't know. I mean, it'd be interesting. Maybe seeing him go to Buffalo with his brother over there. That'd be a little neat.
That could be interesting. Yeah, I wouldn't be totally mad at that one.
No.
Be a little weird, but
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I mean, because like a player like
Dallas?
that,
Dalvin Cook to Dallas,
I could see that.
and then
Uh,
he doesn't have to play the full-time role because you got Tony Pollard.
Right, whenever he gets back, I'm still kind of on the betting train of Bijan goes to Dallas.
It's really looking like it, and then along with, don't know why, but rumors. I'm sure you've heard them to New England. Yeah, now that's the face that I made when I heard that too.
Mm.
So,
That'd be interesting.
I mean, look, when's the draft? We got 10 days, 11 days until the draft. Today's
Yeah.
the 16th.
So
So,
like, it's like one more weekend.
yeah. Guys, with that, we're going to have probably a huge show that will attempt to get out immediately after draft, depending on our work schedules. Again, we work these real jobs and
It's the 27th. Oh, that's a Thursday.
yeah, so I don't know. Maybe maybe that Friday we can put something out on just first round thoughts, something quick. We'll try. We'll figure something out for you guys. All like 5 of you that's watched us, so we appreciate it. But anything else you'd like to talk about before we get into this rookie mock draft?
No. News cycle's kind of slow.
It is. It's that time. 2 weeks, 10 days, 11 days, and then it's gonna be.
Yeah, things will pick up.
It's gonna be bananas. So, guys, I'm gonna switch us over. We're gonna start looking. As you can see here, I got us up now. It's called the League version 2. We've had to do some stuff. Lots of people left. Yada yada. So as you can see, Arnaldo is in the 9th spot. I am in the 11th spot. There are a lot of trades being made in this league. Arnaldo and I try to make sure of it. As you can see, he has the 1.2. So,
Yes,
we're
sir.
gonna see who he picks. We'll get to his pick. We'll give it a little pausey poo, and we'll see what happens. We'll talk about it as it goes. We'll see what the computer thinks that everybody's gonna go. I'm gonna put $100 that Bijan goes first. So
Okay. Don't bet on it.
Don't bet on it. All right, guys. Let's see what happens. Yes, I want to start the draft. All right. And there it is, Bijan Robinson. So,
Okay.
I don't think anyone's surprised, guys. Anything really to say about this pick?
No, I mean it's pretty obvious, especially because we're in. I mean, even if we weren't in a super flex, I think Bijan goes first. You might want to pause that so my pick doesn't just run on me.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I think even if it was a super flex, I think Bijan's probably going first. The fact that it's not kind of just solidifies that he's not.
Absolutely.
He's one of the best. It's every year the best running back prospect is typically going to go first. Like
Right.
Breece Hall did last year.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, even situation dependent. If he's going to be the first running back off the board, no team is taking him to be a third down back, anything like that. If they take him, it's more than likely to be your workhorse.
Yeah. I mean, and for fantasy purposes, I hope so. For me not having him, I hope not. I hope he goes to like Seattle or New England, and he's just in a timeshare and.
New England would be a sad place to see Bijan go.
Yeah, there's a couple places that I'd really not like to see it for fantasy wise. All right, well let's resume and let's see what happens. Arnaldo, let's talk us through this. I think I have an idea.
So yeah, no, it's pretty easy. At this point I'm gonna end up taking. Oh, we might want to pause that. But at this point I'm gonna end up taking Jackson Smith and Jigba.
Okay.
Pretty much how that's going to roll out. I think even on my team, wide receiver might be the deepest position I have. But, that being said, if Jahmyr Gibbs were to end up in a really good spot, I could end up going with him. But Jackson Smith and Jigba, I think he's the top receiver in the class. Another part I like about him, he isn't a burner, but he's also not slow. So with that, he's not going to be used as like that field stretcher decoy. He's going to work out the slot. He has great route running, going to get that separation, going to get that heavy target share, obviously situation dependent, but especially PPR, he's going to be hopefully likely the first wide receiver off the draft board. So he's probably going to go into a situation where he's going to be seeing a lot of looks. So JSN would be my pick there.
Yeah, and I mean, look, I can't fault you for that pick. I don't think anyone would even, I think it's a good pick. For your team, tell us, how does that work for your team?
My team, I mean, I think he would, because I already have Stephon Diggs. I already have A.J. Brown.
Which, everyone, we are in the midst of possibly we're negotiating trades. Maybe when we finish this, we'll get a little into it and see what happens. But
Yeah.
so obviously, running back was probably not a huge need for you, or excuse me, wide receiver.
Right. And then I think with that too, I mean, it's almost like how I would view a real NFL draft. I think sometimes you just need to take BPA and not force yourself to draft for need.
Absolutely, absolutely, I agree. Because you never know what's going to happen with that next tier of guys. So, yeah, I agree. We can see Gibbs goes number 3. That's really not a surprise. I could see it going flip flopping the other way. If you would take Gibbs, I could see JSN going next.
Right.
No real surprise. Depending on who gets them, I mean, again, we're just playing with no teams knowing.
Right.
Addison, I think that's a good pick. That could be a huge one. Addison and Johnston. Who do you have over each other? Do you have Addison going first? Or do you have Johnston? And then for fantasy, not for the NFL draft.
Right. Like which one I would pick first?
Yeah, who do you
Or
think is gonna go first?
I think Quentin, like, and in the actual draft, I think Quentin Johnson will be drafted first, and I think that'll probably play into the higher your draft value is, the higher your fantasy value sometimes as well, because that shows that a team was valuing him that high.
Right.
But I don't know. I really like Jordan Addison. I really like what he did with Pitt the year before he went to USC. And I don't think he was terrible at USC, but it's obviously not what you want to see. Me personally, I like Jordan Addison a little better. Quentin Johnson, though, is your like not stereotypical, but your prototype kind of wide receiver. 6'4", plenty fast, strong. And I know Jordan Addison's a little undersized, but I don't know. I think I like Jordan Addison.
Yeah.
I so hope he goes to the Giants. So
And that's the thing, talent wise, Johnston I believe is he's a bigger guy. So, but it seems like the NFL is going towards this smaller, this smaller player.
yeah.
God, how many wide receivers are under 200 pounds? How many running backs under 200 pounds? So it's kind of, as a guy who's 235 plus, that blows my mind. I don't come from that style of football. It's always you got to be two something to do something, and that's just not the way it's going. They're going for speed.
I think the game's like every sport kind of goes through an evolution of sorts, and I think like the NFL's like evolving into that faster, quicker game right now. I mean that's why you don't have your typical like thumping middle linebacker. That's not really who you want. You want that guy who's almost a tweener between a safety and a linebacker because you want
that hybrid.
Yeah, you want him to be able to keep up with these tight ends who are more receivers now also.
Yeah.
That position's evolving. And, you don't want them, like, stuck like a statue in the middle of the field getting absolutely, like, blitzed by the running back running out of the backfield now, too.
Yeah. So
it's almost a fourth receiver on the field.
I agree. At number 6, now this one hurts because I'm very interested, and I'm really high on Zach. Let me get a little Charbonnet with my dinner. I will be trying to make a push to possibly move up in the first round. I have number 11. I did a lot last year to pick up Kyle Pitts. Actually, I believe it was number 6. But yeah, man, look, I don't know. I just have if he goes to a half decent team, I see really good things for Charbonnet.
Yeah, I mean, I like him too. Quick question: what grade is he coming out? Is he a junior or a senior?
You know what? That is a really good question. Let's check the player card here. I mean, well, look at this: 6'1", 220, UCLA. That's my type of running back, man. And yeah, I'm just gonna throw that on there, guys. All right, but yeah, Charbonnet. I could see him going to Tennessee.
Tennessee.
I could see it happening.
No. I mean, I think when you get to Zach Charbonnet, I think you're gonna see that's when he's gonna. I think he's gonna go in the second round, maybe a late second rounder.
The second round.
Yeah, I don't think he's going first round. I am still of the mindset that Bijan, if anybody, goes in the first.
Oh,
That's about
yeah.
that's about it for running backs, I think.
Look,
I mean,
I
you look at last
agree.
year, not even Brees Hall went in the first round either. Early second, but not in the first round. The position, like we were saying earlier, that pendulum is swinging.
Yeah, no, I mean, I get what you're saying. I don't see him going in the first round, but that's fine.
Yeah, no, I think that's better for kind of better for him in
Yeah,
a sense. He could end up in a lot better situation.
which,
You know,
yes,
yeah, you know, if he's
yes,
lasting longer in the
please.
draft, then that just means he's available to those better teams. You know, maybe the Eagles pick him
Oh,
up second round. You know, if they
a
don't.
big, nasty back like that?
Mm,
Oh, steady my beating heart. Let me tell you, man. He's got it. I'm telling you. Keep an eye on this guy. Yeah, keep an eye on him.
I'm at it. Yeah, no, I think I know why now. Oh, yeah, so Zach Charbonnet is a senior. Or, yeah, he's a true senior coming out. That I know why his name was familiar to me. I remember I was seeing him in a lot of mock drafts last year.
Mm,
I guess, and I suppose he didn't declare. But and in those drafts, he was going somewhere in like the fifth round, I think. So I think maybe that other year was good for his draft profile.
yeah. And look, it happens. Sometimes that's just.
Sometimes you need an extra year. I do think that sometimes that might be a little concerning. If you need an extra year, and that means you weren't exactly ready to come out yet.
Look, I agree with you. You want a young player who's
Mm,
going to break out early.
yeah,
I
I
agree.
mean, especially I think running back too, because the lifeline is so short. That's an extra year of
Yeah.
college ball of wear and tear on those legs.
Yes, it is. You're
Mm.
100% right. You're 100% right. So next we got Zay Flowers. What do you think, man? I mean, I think it's
I
exactly about where I have him going. 7, 8, somewhere around
I
there.
was I before I was like reading his draft profile, I was seeing a lot of mocks of him going to the Giants, and I was kind of excited until like I opened up his profile and like I don't know, I kept going past this height of 5'9", and
5'9", man.
look, I don't like going for the moonshot in the hopes that this guy is also going to be the next Steve Smith. We already drafted, the Giants did, Wandale Robinson. I know a lot of people like Wandale, but he didn't do a whole lot, and then he tore his ACL. Me personally, I was screaming at my TV saying that Joe Shane should have drafted freaking George Pickens.
Oh,
And then like he drafted Wandale. I was like, well, what do I know? I'm just a scrub, and he's an NFL GM. Turns out I know wide receiver better. But
it's that easy, man.
I,
It's that
yeah,
easy.
look, I made the joke to some of my Giants buddies that like some of them are high on Zay Flowers. They want Zay Flowers. I say we need a wide receiver that's at least 6 foot in that room. Danny Dimes is going to go from being Danny Dimes to Willy Wonka with all those Oompa Loompa receivers at some point.
Look, man,
Get him a receiver that
I don't
can get
understand.
runs.
Are they just trying to have a monopoly on every single slot wide receiver?
It looks like it. I think you need an actual X or just someone who's close to 6 foot you can put on the outside and can win.
Yeah.
That's it. I don't like the little guys.
You've heard it here, guys. If you're short, he doesn't like you.
I say this as a fellow short king. No,
This
you
is
need to draft a 6 foot receiver.
this is true. He's not the tallest guy, so yeah, that's fair.
I'm a petite prince.
Yep. All right. Cool. With that, Nah, kidding. So we got C.J. Stroud, our first quarterback off the board. Now, look, if you need a quarterback, I guess really depends on who do you like more. It's a toss up. I mean, everybody's got their I like this one more. I like this one more. So, yeah. Who do you like more? That's it.
Pretty much. I mean,
Do you like Bryce Young, or are you afraid of the size? Do you like C.J. Stroud, Richardson? I mean,
yeah. I mean, it's yeah. I mean, especially in our league too. It's not a super flex, so I don't know if we'll see a quarterback
I think we
going in the
will.
first round.
I
You
think
think
we
so?
will. Yeah. We got a couple teams who need a quarterback,
Mm.
and with these rookie picks, why not take a shot on someone who could turn out to be a stud
All right.
quarterback? So,
Yeah, and I don't think you're necessarily banking on them being the top five, like a top five QB,
right.
but kind of projecting out. And I think in that point, that's where if CJ Stroud's the number one overall pick, then he's got quite a bit of job security going forward. So I
Yeah.
think that if that you want to go a little safe, you take him. He has a prototypical size, number one overall pick potentially. But yeah.
Yeah. I think we'll have a quarterback drafted. I do. Mayer. Now, a tight end. Now, look, man, I took a tight end in the first round last year's rookie. I don't know if I see one happening this year.
You did?
Not last year. I took Pitts.
Okay, so you took Pitts. All
Yeah.
right. It's not that's not terrible. And I think a lot of people took Pitts, but
Oh, a
I
ton
think
of people did, and I got him at I think 6,
it's not bad.
5 or 6. So I didn't wasn't like a top 3 pick or something, but I don't know. Mayer, that would be surprising, especially
Yeah.
at the person who is drafting there. I don't know. He needs running backs. So then we got Mr. Downs, Josh Downs, another one that's kind of about where I see him going. And now my pick.
Slim pickings for you.
It is slim pickings. So this one's tough because I have two people that I'm really thinking about, and they're both running backs. I want some young running backs.
Okay, okay.
Keandre Miller. Okay.
Okay.
Devon A-Chain.
Hmm.
It's tough, man.
That's pretty small.
Who is?
Devon.
Yeah, yeah. And that's why I'm torn. Keandre Miller, he had, 5 yards after contact in the FBS?
Wow.
So
Yeah.
he's
Pretty-
I mean he's 5'11", but he's 215. But then also it's like, I don't know, man. I'm talking myself into it. He's got some. He's got the size. He's got measurables. I'm doing it. I'm going to do resume first, and then I'm going to take Keandre Miller.
Okay.
All right, so let's see.
I like
We'll try to speed this up a little bit.
I like that next pick a little bit more.
Tank Bigsby. He was
I like
third on my list. How do you not like a running back with his first name Tank?
His name is Tank.
Right? It's great.
It's instant marketing.
It's a great. He could do it.
Giants
Tank
want to
ran
draft a
4.45. So let's do a quick pause. We'll go through. So we had Tank. We got Welcome to the Hyatt. You got Mr. Kincaid. So another tight end.
Yeah, I saw this is it's a pretty good draft for tight ends.
Yeah.
My
Oh, I heard
understanding.
it.
I'm
yeah.
thinking kind of like shoot, how many years ago was that when Evan Ingram and Njoku, OJ Howard went? I think this could be maybe around that same vein.
I think so.
Those guys, That being said, I don't know. It's kind of hard because rookie tight end is a really that you don't really see a lot of breakouts
No,
in
it,
there,
it
and
takes a
it's
long time to learn the position. It really does.
yeah, and again, it's tight end, which is like already even the season tight ends have trouble being fantasy relevant sometimes.
Yeah.
Uh, uh Kind of hard for me to take a shot with the rookie tight end. That's not like Kyle Pitts, who broke the mold,
Well, yeah.
projection of
There's a
tight.
certain.
When your tight end when your comparison coming out is freaking Megatron, that's the tight end. That's pretty good.
Yeah. So it'll be interesting, man. Yeah. Well, with this pick, it's kind of easy for me. And by easy, I mean super difficult. But I am going Butte.
Yeah,
LSU product.
like it.
Okay. I know you like my Butte pick.
Okay, and you ruined it.
Oh, okay. Well, as you can see, guys, Arnaldo and I don't have a lot of picks.
I don't.
So it's a 3-round rookie pick. I had 2. Arnaldo has 1.
Literally one.
But it's all it takes sometimes to change your
Yep.
team around.
Yeah.
So what do we have going here? So Bryce Young goes, A-Chain goes, Evans goes, Richardson. That
So I mean it's gonna depend to me where he's taken, honestly. But if he's taken somewhere where they're like, go ahead,
yeah.
take the ball,
Like if
it's
Carolina
like
comes out.
that would be, oh my god, I think that would be stupid as all get out, but. But
Yeah.
like, yeah, no. If one of these QB needy teams, gets him and just hand him the keys, and it's like, I mean, I don't have a lot of confidence in the Anthony Richardson for the next 5+ years, but the Anthony Richardson of 2 years,
Yes.
that's where I think that this kind of quarterback comes into play, where it's going to be a guy who, if your league hasn't adjusted the passing stats to match with those rushing stats already, and your rushing QB can still give you a pretty big leg up, then Anthony Richardson might be.
See what you did there.
Yeah,
See what you
funny.
did there. Look, I can see the Colts grabbing Richardson. I think that would be better than Will Levis.
Yeah,
You know, go for it. Shoot for the fence, man. You don't have anything else to lose. You
and I
suck.
want to say the Colts are the ones who got. Are the ones that got Philly's offensive coordinator as their new head coach. I'm right. Jalen Hurts is a pretty mobile quarterback, and I think that's a good place. Kind of why I think Lamar also would fit in
Yeah,
over there.
I agree.
But I know it's going to cost more, so
Change the culture.
Yep.
Yeah. So what do we got? We got Spears, lots of running backs, Tucker, Johnson. I'm not even going to try and butcher this guy. Akinada? Israel. Yeah, we're just going to go with Israel. Butte, Mims, Marvin Mims. That's a
Israel Abanekinata.
yeah. I think Mims at the end of the second's pretty good.
Marvin Mims, yeah.
So we got Washington, another tight end. So that would be our 3rd tight end. Brown.
Man, I don't know about that.
Yeah, no. We got Levis going as the 4th quarterback, which just because of the potential draft stock, I could see it. I see it. I don't like it, but
Yeah. Now, question: of any of these guys you don't see being drafted, are any of them piquing your interest as undrafted free agents for the fantasy sense?
so Yes. Even though I don't want to tell you because we are in a league together, I'm going to tell you because of the show, and that's more important. So, Deuce Vaughn, and we were talking about small guys.
Really?
Deuce, look,
Oh
as
man,
a Saints fan, the name Deuce holds a very special place.
this dude's probably the size of Aaron Donald's deuce.
Look,
This man's gonna be like at waist height.
he might be the size of our coworker, Brett, okay? 5'3", 110 pounds. I get it. But he's got heart. And as an undrafted, why not?
I mean, yeah.
You know?
I mean, it's a roster spot.
You throw him on the taxi.
That's fair.
But no, there's a couple that maybe we could talk about once we do our post NFL draft rookie mock draft.
Ooh.
But what about you? Anybody that sticks out to you?
Not yet. I have not been grinding the tape as much yet, you know.
Yeah.
And by that I mean doing a bunch of 7-round Giants drafts and then, you know, reading draft profiles through there. It's usually how I get all my draft knowledge. You know,
Hey,
getting
man.
the deep cuts. I mean, there's a couple of guys though that I did kind of like from that, and you know they did turn out. Kahil Shakir on the Bills. He was
Yeah.
one of those guys who was going in like the 6th round in a lot of mocks. I liked him a lot.
I mean,
Thought
look,
the Giants could have used him.
if you want a quarterback,
That's-
you could go for someone who's already 35 years old, Stetson Bennett, out of
Oh.
Georgia.
I guarantee he is signed by New England.
I feel like
I almost
if you are,
guarantee it.
he will be signed by New England. So will all of his short wide receivers that played with him. They will all play for New England because that's just
Maybe
he has a type.
he does have a type.
You know, I know you like thick booty. They like prototypical old school players. So, but you know, I know that's why you like my Butte pick.
I actually liked that player for a while now. It's been kind of ruined, but
Good. Now you won't be able to take him.
I only have one pick, and I'm not using it. In case Sean would say.
Well, anything you want to let our guys know before we wrap it up? Call it a night.
You wanna respond to my trade?
Yeah, let's pull that up. Let's pull that up. We'll do a live trade. All right, guys, here we go. So, Rashad White. Oh my goodness. Okay. You can't really see it. Here we go. So, with this, guys, I think I'm going to have to sleep on this one. I think this might be an accept.
Ooh.
But for the sake of leaving everyone on a cliffhanger, you'll probably know tomorrow. I'll probably tell you. And what I'll do is I can just stream this part. You know, if I show the screenshot, quick little reel. Don't they do that? That's what they do on YouTube, right? The reels.
Yeah, there's a reels.
So, but at face value, I think it's a fair trade. I do. And it would really get one of our friends, our mutual friends, James, a little salty for trading away T. Higgins. So that's a added bonus on that one. So, all right, but yeah, I'm gonna leave this on our little cliffhanger because I think it was pretty good. And we're gonna transfer over. All right, yeah. But other than that, guys, I hope you had fun. Again, you know, we love doing this. This is just, if we could do this every day, I promise you we would. I guarantee you we would. And then our wives would hit us and probably kick us out. And we'd be homeless. So,
That wouldn't be fun.
yeah. And then we're just a bunch of homeless vets. And we can't have that. So, it's not cool, man. All right, guys. Well, until next time, thanks for coming. See ya.
Bye.